Oh, hi. I didn't know I left. Well, good morning. Good morning. I was just taking some computers here for another project over another week, over another room. I didn't know I left you on. I must have been doing something earlier. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. We have a interesting project. Let me, come on and look, all right? All right, what we have here is, I went and bought, in my search for, I kind of ran out of old servers, and I like vintage hardware. Vintage. I like older hardware. I had never, ever in my life, ever had a Commodore 64. Well, because I'm tight, I bought a VIC-20. It's a little newer, I think. I don't know that much about it, but we're going to unbox it and we're going to see if we can get it to run. I bought it on the Bay and said it had been not tested. Not tested. So let's open it up and see what we have here. All right. For one thing, we have a box. Nice box from the year. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to look and see. I mean, look at that. The modem and the phone, the old phone. And I mean, this is awesome stuff. Look at this. I mean, the box is in great shape. Let's open it. I have looked in here. What we got here is we have the VIC. So let's set this off just a little bit over here. Let's pull this goodies out. Looks like we have an adapter here. Kind of looks like it's seen some heat. If you actually look at it, it's been bubbled out. It says the VIC-20 AC adapter. 117 volts. Input, output 11.5 volts. All right. This is an AC adapter. So if you, that's not a DC adapter like what we get like with hardware nowadays. It's usually a DC type adapter. This is an AC adapter. Let's see what else we got here. We have the VIC itself. The VIC itself. It looks like, I mean, it said it was untested. Looks like all the keys work, or they function. The bottom number, we have a serial number on here. There's really not much to these, I don't think. Yeah, serial number P811841. I don't know what that means, but we might need it. I don't know. All right, we'll set that off over here. And these run on cartridges and tapes. I did buy some game cartridges at the same time I bought this. I don't know how deep we're going to get into it on this video. I think we're just going to make sure it runs. Let's see what we got to do here. All right, and these, the guy said in the description he didn't have the right TV, so it has me a little worried about that. This should run on this TV over here on channel 3. We'll have to look. All right, this would be your UV, I think UV adapter, and it has channel 3 and channel 4. Yeah, All right, so we're gonna set that off over, just over here. I should have got rid of that monitor, I guess. Else in the box, this to hook the TV, I guess. You remember the old TVs, the antennas, the rabbit ears? Huh. All right, this also came with, I don't think this is part of the original box, personal computing on VIC-20. So we may need this. It looks like a basic 2 or something. Print statements. We'll run a couple commands, I guess. This is like, huh, that's kind of cool. So we'll have to put that aside. We'll probably reference that. Oh, it actually shows you how to unpack it. It shows everything there is, like the different things, symptoms and whatnot. The RF modular, that's what that's called, the RF modular. All right. All right, I don't know. So, okay, let's set that off over here. What else we get in here? We got holiday special. I guess they were advertising games when they bought it, trying to sell. It says, "Dear VIC-20 owner, if your local store doesn't have programs you want, there's an alternative." Oh man, it smells. It smells like it's been sitting in somebody's attic for 100 years. I think it came out in like 1980 or something like that. We got another one of them adapters. Kind of telling me something might be wrong. All right, let's see what we got here. It says, important, this is to fill warranty registration. All right, it says this was bought, I don't know if you can see that, $225.83 by the owner, at Target for $139 in 1983. $139. So that's kind of interesting. And we got product specs. This is just the specs of the product. Nowadays, I think when you buy something, you don't get anything with it. But yeah, put that over there. Let's see what we got here. We got Walden books. I wonder if that was that book that we just seen. $7.98 and $12.95. I don't think so. I think that book said $5 something on it. All right. And then we have, this is shopping at Target. Well, okay, this was the original receipt. All right. Quantity 1, $139.99. I don't know what the quantity 1 for $239 was, and the quantity for $299 was. February. Yeah. That's kind of cool. We're going to leave that with it. All right, what do we got here? Bob Polk. So, it's funny. This was owned by a Bob, and it came back to a Bob. This actually is a programming something. And we got software, I guess you could buy for the VIC. All right. And kind of looks like somebody did some printouts. So it looks like a basic It says May 83. We should re-enter that program and see what it does. If we get it running. Alright, so we'll put that back over there. And we got another lessons. Somebody really want to learn, I guess. I don't think these came with it originally. Now what do we got here? A Walden book bag. Alright. And how to get more out of your Commodore. So you could buy some stuff for it, I guess. I love this old stuff, especially when it has documentation with it. It just takes you back in time. Alright, this is for a cigarette lighter type thing. This is not part of it, so we're gonna set that off somewhere else. Alright, so let me get this box out of here. And let's get it hooked up and see what happens. Alright. We got the box. Box is on the floor there. Alright. I know it's not the best place for it, but that's what I got. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, we got a VIC-20. I guess the first thing to do is to hook the power up. So let's get the power. Put the RF thing over there. Alright. Make sure it comes on. So the power plugs in right here, I assume. Right there. I'm gonna plug it in. Alright. And again, not the best setup, I guess. Alright. So before we even hook it to a TV, there's a light here. We got power hooked up. Alright. The light does come on. So that's good. I don't know. Probably doesn't take much to use that light. Alright, so let's look at this. Alright, we have this will go into the TV, this cable. So let me pull this cover off. I think I was doing some stuff with the VCR the other day, so should be all set up here. Alright, this, we gotta pull these things, and I got it swinging out. Trying to do this one-handed, so we have to hook back. I don't know if you see that. I'm going to hook up to the cable antenna back in there. So let me get that done. All right. All right. What I did is I went and got a longer coaxial cable. Alright, that one has fairly short, and I want to be able to hook in over here. So we're gonna take this, I'm gonna set you down here and try to do this anyhow. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. I think you can. We want to take this end off here, this piece. All right, and we're going to put it on here. plug that in there. All right, we are on channel 3. This 9, I think it's 6 pin, 5 pin. This goes back here. All right. So we have the antenna hooked up. Let's come over here and we need to turn the TV on. I don't have a remote for TV, so it is on channel 3. It is on channel 3. I was doing it some VCR. I thought so because we hooked a VCR up to this. So let's turn the VIC on. My understanding is that after you turn it on, a few seconds later, okay, it's on. No signal. It's not just fuzzy though. Now it's fuzzy. It's not working. It's not working. Huh. Well, poo. Let's what do we do? All right, let's first check the power supply. Supposed to be 11.5 volts. Let me go do some reading. See what I can check, what we can check on here. Poo. All right. Let's see. All right, what we got here? They got the changes the volts. Let's plug this back in. We want to measure. Let me set you down here. I want you to see that. I don't know if you see that. We want to measure the output here, and it needs to be on DC. We want it on AC. All right, and it needs to be 11.5. It's 11.6. So the adapter itself is fine. There's no problem with the adapter. Now, let's talk a little bit here. I did some, while I was gone a little bit, I did some reading, and these RF modulators have a tendency, it was all over, I mean, there wasn't just one, there were several that, one guy said he replaced 3 in the first 6 months after he had his VIC-20 to start with. These have a tendency, I guess, of going out. So I would lean that this is going out. Now, the only thing is that how do we check that? Oscilloscope. I don't have one. Oscilloscope. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but it measures the waves of the RF. There also is, I read an article that said you can check the voltage on between pin 38 and 39. And if it's between 0 to 5 volts, then it's working and it's the RF, right? I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order a new one of these, and we're gonna try it before. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually open this VIC-20. We're gonna see what's inside of it. We're gonna see if we can't find the VIC-20 chip. We're gonna see if we can't find the VIC-20 chip. All right, let's what we need to do is, I guess we need to get a screwdriver, right? But before I do that, yeah, I need to get a screwdriver. Let's unplug this. I don't know what we gotta have here. Let's look at it. Looks like we have 3 Phillips screws. So yeah, let's get a screwdriver. All right, I pulled the screws out of this. Open this up. All right, look at how simple this stuff was. Simple. Looks fairly clean. A little dust bunnies there. The VIC-20 chip, I think, is under that metal piece there. I'm not gonna pull that metal piece off. If the new RF module doesn't work, we'll dig into it deeper. So let's call. How about I'll be back here. I'm gonna put them screws back in, and let me go order one, and I'll see you in a few days, I guess. All right, it's been a couple days, actually almost a week. I'll be honest with you. I haven't really cleaned up. I haven't really had anything to do down here, so I've kind of left it to where it was. What I did is I ordered 2 things. I got a new RF modulator, and I ordered one for a Commodore 64. All right. Then I read that if I could just bypass this modular, I could just do this type of thing. VCR or what do you call that? Whatever. So what we're going to do first, though, is we are going to plug. We're going to put this down. We're just going to put it off this upside. So we're going to go back over here, and we're going to unplug our cable. We're going to plug it into here. What I'm going to do is, all right, we got that plugged in. Let's plug. Let's see what we got here. Let's plug our new one in here. All right, and to prevent the power supply to get hot, if you remember, I said it was swelling, so I'm gonna plug that in. Power supply, power getting plugged in. All right, and I have cords. All right, so let's turn the TV back on. All right, and it's still on channel 3, fuzzy. All right, here's the moment of truth, I think. See if we were right. Let's turn it on. Oh, wow. Look at how bad it looks. But it works. All right. Now, one of the reasons that I bought the other one, because I read that it would be fuzzy like this on current TV type things. So what we're going to do is we're going to still keep it on channel 3. Again, I don't have a remote for this TV. I don't know where it is. But I actually have, let me go get it. I'm going to just set you down here. You look at that fuzzy screen there. I have this, which I used many times. It has a modulator in it, built into it, and we can hook the video and whatnot's up to it. We can also go to the cable of the TV. So we are going to plug this in. First of all, we're going to turn the VIC off. All right. We're going to plug this adapter in. All right. And my understanding is on this particular thing, we use the yellow and the black. And the black just goes into the speaker, the audio port, one of them, and the video. So let me bring you around here. We're gonna plug that in the video. We're gonna do the black here at the top. And this I could be wrong. And we need to go out to the TV. Yeah, we need to go out to the TV. So we're gonna have to unscrew this. So let me set you down again. All right, then to TV. So what I did is I put that to TV on channel 3 again. We're plugged in the back there. Let's I'm gonna turn it on again and see what we have. We have nothing. Oh. We have nothing. You know why we have nothing? I think. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work. This I did not plug this into the back here. So let's plug this into the back. All right, now let's try that again. Look at look at how clear that is. So if my if it's old basic, we can do I think like print. I know it's kind of silly. I think we do shift like Bob. Shift. That should just echo what, I don't even know if you see. It should echo. Yeah, it did echo. All right, so whew, it works. So it was RF modulator. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really does a lot. I really appreciate it. Comment below. I will answer you. I try to answer every comment I get, and I really do appreciate people watching it. I don't think we're going to take this video any farther. We have the Commodore running. I do have a box of games over there and some programming stuff, but I think we're going to use that for another video, because I don't want to, and I can make a lot of excuses, but if I fumble around programming while we're on this video, I'm going to be cutting a lot of stuff out and just throwing it away. I want to have a little basic understanding of what I need to do to program some stuff. So anyhow, thank you for watching. Take us back in time here to the old Commodore VIC-20. All right, Commodore VIC-20 from 1983. So anyhow, I know it's not really a DIY. It's not really a saving your money, but it's just a nostalgic kind of thing. It's kind of a throwback. I know I think a lot of you out there watching this enjoy this stuff too. So again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time,